meditation time led by Karen Miles.
Good morning. Is it? Yes. All right. The Dalai Lama often says, "My religion is kindness." If we were all to adopt such a stance and embody kindness in thought, word, and deed, inner and outer peace would be immediate. This is because inner and outer peace are always available, although obscured, just waiting to be rediscovered. The power of loving kindness, also known as metta, is in the affirming and honoring of basic goodness in ourselves and in others. I invite you to lower or close your eyes and listen while I read the words of the Buddha on loving kindness. This is what should be done by those who are skilled in goodness and who know the path of peace. Let them be able and upright, straightforward and gentle in speech, humble and not conceited, contented and easily satisfied, unburdened with duties and frugal in their ways, peaceful and calm and wise and skillful, not proud and demanding in nature. Let them not do the slightest thing that the wise would later reprove, wishing in gladness and in safety, may all beings be at ease, whatever beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, omitting none, the great or the mighty, medium, short or small, the seen and the unseen, those living near and far away, those born and to be born. May all beings be at ease. Let none deceive another or despise any being in any state. Let none through anger or ill will wish harm upon another. Even as a mother protects with her life her child, her only child, so with a boundless heart should one cherish all living beings, radiating kindness over the entire world, spreading upward to the skies and downward to the depths, outward and unbounded, freed from hatred and ill will. Whether standing or walking, seated or lying down, free from drowsiness, one should sustain this recollection. This is said to be the sublime abiding. By not holding to fixed views, the pure-hearted one, having clarity of vision, being freed from all sense desires, is not born again into this world. Thank you. I'm here. Thank you.
We're pleased this morning to have Phil Gomez and what he calls his associates, who's going to talk to us about the beehive of activity centered at the Ajijic Cultural Center and around here. That's of great interest to us because I think we're more familiar with our own community and its artistic production. So we have so much to learn, and we're very happy to have Phil Gomez. Please welcome.
Buenos días, caballeros. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Buenos días. I'm here to introduce the Consejo Ciudadano de Cultura Chapala, Chapala Citizen Council of Culture. The purpose is to support and help in specifically art, culture, and the artists, one to each other. That's why some of our fellows are around the gardens. We were able to compile around 50 only confirmed 25, 27, and that's about everything. And the art and all the techniques, oil, watercolors, charcoal, that's in painting, drawing. It can be sculpture, there are some sculptures over there, and many other arts. And I'm going to introduce some of the artists. We are not with the cultural center. Our center where we meet is a Gecko Gallery, and the coordinators are Alejandro Martinez and Daniel Palma, who owns Gecko Gallery. And I'm going to introduce one of the artists, Luz Preciado. Buenos días, Luz.
Buenos días, Fer. Bueno, pues yo vengo aquí a mostrar mi trabajo, mi arte y también apoyando al Consejo Ciudadano de Cultura. Nuestro interés es que la cultura en Ajijic crezca.
I came here to show my work. Our interest is to make culture and art grow in Ajijic.
Especially, I try to speak English when I can help me, okay? Because always I am nervous with the people. Okay, and we try to open more the market for the artists, the local and the foreigners. But principality is that here in Ajijic, we have children learn here, but we want to support them outside, not just here, because they grow up. And we have example, Lucia Padilla learned here when she was a child, and now is part of us, of the group. That is very important that still fall help to the new artists, because the government here in Mexico don't support more the culture, and we need to make our art action for the group, for support, for the cocktail, for everything that the artists need. We live of the art. All the artists here, we try to survive. We want to go to the another places for show to the children, teaching to the children, because now in Mexico we have a lot of violence. That is the problem. If we work outside with the children, we can to help more to the community. If we form, we help to the children. There is no more music. There is no painting. Make it spiritual. Make it work with the clay. We can to change more the thought or the things of the children. Now they think different. They saw the life, beautiful life. You know, it's very difficult when the children grow up in the barrios with a lot of violence. That is one of the proposals of the group or group. We don't know how, we don't want to say, I am Luz Preciado, I am the artist, I made that. No, we are a group for support to the community, to the local, to the foreigners. Because a lot of foreigners living here. I have my neighbors. My husband is from Austria, for example. And now we are like family, big family. And our work in the Consejo Cultural is a specialty for invite new artists and local artists, the children that grow up to be into there. Yeah? Okay. Let me relax. My baby is. But I am happy to be here and support my friends, and also for the art action is, yes, is for the group, but the group is supporting outside the different events with the music, with everything the necessary the one artist need for exhibit their art. I hope that you understand me, my English. But I am nervous. Okay, I am artist. I write it, and I am here with my friends, with talking about the group, talking about me, and now, thank you.
Luz is originally from Guadalajara, but she has several years living here. And as you see, beside her own life is carrying another little life, which is going to be with us in February. Blessings for her. Alejandro. He is Alejandro Martinez, one of the coordinators of the group.
Buenos días. I born here in Ajijic 55 years ago, and I'm happy that you are here now. But I like very much my town, and I would like you invite to the Mexican people to have a event together. No American extranjeros y mexicanos together. I think I don't speak English very well. I talk in Spanish, okay? El propósito del grupo es cuidar la cultura que hay en Ajijic, tanto local, mexicana especialmente, y que ustedes la conozcan.
The main purpose is to take care of the culture that we have in Ajijic, and that you know it, that you are aware of it.
Yo estuve estudiando con Neil James, too. I'm not in the wall of the library, but I was here too. Yes, industrial designer. I am. I have a pequeño negocio, business, and now all my life is in my culture. All my life. I know all the artists from here, and we try to they grow. And I would like you to help out to doing that. Some people here is visit for primera vez, first time, and I would like you coming more, but I would like the people is coming like to have culture. El grupo está integrado por artistas en diferentes manifestaciones y queremos que toda la gente los conozca porque son muy importantes todos ellos.
The group is integrated by several artists in different fields and different techniques. And we want you to know them all.
Y lo apoyen, apoyen su trabajo, porque esa es la manera de muchos artistas de vivir de su trabajo. Entonces necesitamos que ustedes apoyen su trabajo, visiten a los artistas, conozcan a los artistas, y esa es la intención del grupo. No necesitamos mucha gente, no many people, special people like you. Okay?
We want you to know the artists, to get acquainted with them, with their work. Eventually, we are going to have an auction and raffle of several of the works that were donated by some of the artists. Some of them are in the lower garden, the most are in the upper garden over there, the entrance on the north.
Los invitamos vamos a tener una subasta hoy, artistas locales, y posteriormente un concierto de piano de un artista no conocido, pero que nació en Ajijic.
Beside the raffle and the auction, around 12:30 is going to be a little concert of an artist who was born in Ajijic but now is living and studying in Guadalajara, piano. He's going to play several pieces of Chopin.
Es todo, muchas gracias.
Well, he said, I think it's everything. Thank you very much. Any questions? No. Jimmy, venga. Maybe you know her. She's from US, but she has several hundreds of years living here, so maybe she's Mexican.
Wow, hundreds. I'm representing a different group of people, so to speak. I actually knew Neil James. I have lived off and on in Ajijic. My husband is from Ajijic since 1960. And a big chunk of that was in the States when our kids were growing up and in school, but we're back here now. And I am most impressed, always, by the multicultural aspect of Ajijic and the experiences that I treasure the most always have to do with artesanías, with the art of Mexico, whether it's paintings and art, and there's this classification about art, of what is art and what is not art, that I hear a lot because I make jewelry. And a lot of times I'm told by people that that's not art. And we have this interesting conversation around that. We won't do that today. But what I do know is that what Neil James started back in the late 50s, early 60s, has blossomed, beyond blossomed. It's like this tree that we have above us here. It's huge. The artists that came through her groups back then that still are bringing up children today. To respect the art of Mexico is mandatory, as far as I'm concerned, if you're going to live in Mexico. To learn about it, to participate in it, to go to the shows, to see the different, get to know the artists, because they are people who, a lot of them, of course, were here as kids, learning their art and have become nationally and internationally known. And I'm privileged to say that I can be a teeny tiny part of that. So I'm speaking maybe for all of the gringas and gringos that are around here that do art too and try and fit into the culture without diminishing and in fact applauding and supporting the Mexican artists, because like the speaker just before me said, they live from their art. Fortunately, that's not my case. If I didn't sell anything today, I could still go home and buy food. But for them, if they don't sell, sometimes that's hard. It's difficult. So by all means, thank you for listening briefly, thinking about it, and for supporting the arts events in Ajijic.
Any questions?
I have some questions.
Mhm.
I think some of the people here aren't sure where to see the work of your artists and where that center is, the geckos that you talked about,
Okay.
and how we might interface with the artists in a
Okay.
more meaningful way.
The Gecko Gallery is in Ocampo, just just beside Manic's restaurant.
Wow.
You can recognize it. There is a door and a window, particularly worked with iron. There is a huge gecko carved in the wall. And that's our center where we meet, usually. There are several artists who sell usually at the Walk of Art, which is between the plaza and the fountain, where the butcher is. Usually Saturdays and Sundays. Some other they have their own little gallery, but the most they sell there. Right now they are here in the upper garden, and some over here. They will give you more information about their name, what they do, their work, where are they located, or if you want their email address. Yes.
Yes, something I've always wanted to see. This is just a personal request, but maybe other people have wanted this too. Sometimes when I'm walking through the village and I'll see a work of art or a mural or a painting, and I can see there's an incredible story in it, but I don't know the story. I would love it if sometimes when we've been to the Gecko and art shows and I've loved them. They're small, they're intimate, it's really nice. I would love sometime to hear the stories behind the artwork, because that's what makes it come even more alive to me, because I realize that I don't know the stories of this land very well. But I want to learn.
Okay. You can ask the artist. I think we are accessible enough, and you can ask. You can ask.
But they speak Spanish.
If I'm nearby, I can help you translate it.
I would like to ask the first
Wait for the mic.
You have to wait.
the first woman with the
Wait for the mic. Hello, Rosemary.
I would like to ask the first woman who spoke to come back up here, please.
Alejandro, busques a Luz, por favor.
The first woman.
Luz Preciado.
Luz Preciado.
Well, the reason I would like to speak with her is that I believe the greatest form of art in all of life is human life. This woman has within her new life. She spoke of her new life moving. I think we need to acknowledge the artists themselves, the people. And I agree with the last speaker that if there was a handout in English, like with this necklace I have on, these are all wooden stones. I mean, wood beads that are made by somebody. I would like to know more. Where did those come from? And who is that artist? Also, here she comes. There is a limit to how many walls we have. And so for me, buying the Christmas cards, and oh, I know all of you say, I don't send Christmas cards anymore. Well, if you realize when you bought a card that you were helping a child, and that when you give a card, people are going to remember you. Your grandchildren in 40 years are going to remember. My grandmother actually sent me a piece of paper and had writing on it. That's not an email.
Luz
Give
is
us applaud.
I love and admire Luz. She's expecting her first baby. She was very excited and wanted to do it. When I found out, I was very happy too. What would you like to know about her?
What are the names you have picked out for your baby?
When I know that I am pregnant, and I told Thomas, my partner, say, it's a boy. I want to be called Maximiliano. Say, no, if it's a girl, no, because I saw my baby in my meditations before that I know that I am pregnant. Say, no, it's boy. And my baby will call Maximilian or Maximiliano. They know it's long name. Say, okay, Max or Maxi. So my baby will call Max now.
Any other questions?
You mentioned music center also. Are there music?
There are not classes, but there are several musicians. It's gonna be a little concert about a pianist. He was born here, but now he studies in Guadalajara. You will see him and listen her
The
interpretation.
music, classic music, and piano, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Everything is okay.
Any questions?
There is one. And here, wait for the mic, please.
Luz, you mentioned that your group helps local children. How do you do that?
I start first with the group called Olim. We go to the Chapala, to all around the La Ribera. I start with them, with there. We went to the Tepegua, San Miguel, San Antonio, and different parts. Also, the Six Corner, more in the places where you know the violence grow up there. And the intention to work there with the children is show that we can find a good life, different life, no violence, no drugs, no murders, because in these kind of places, it's very natural for the children so murders and drugs.
So do you teach them?
Yes, and that is the reason that Alejandro Martinez invited me to be part of the group of the Consejo Cultural, especially for work here in Ajijic in the area. I told him, yes, I work with you, with the group, but especially with the children. We have with the uh, we give class, the painting class, clay class, in the barrios for free. and nobody support the group. Just the artist support for pay the painting, the pencil, everything the necessary materials. And Alejandro Martinez talked about that, talked about to make the Consejo Cultural, we start to work with another artist. One purpose is with the children, another with the community, and another with the American, Canadian, different another artists from the other countries.
So probably you could use some help with money.
Wait for the mic if you're going to talk.
Yeah, the form that we want to get money is sell the artwork, the paintings, or art action, and making cultural eventos, events, cultural, and to try to make money, make money in these kind of events, and support to the another activities. We try to start with this. It's different to just work in one place or work in all the La Ribera. For me, it's more important to go with a different parts of the La Ribera, especially in this part, and the part where the violence live. We need to change the mind of these children. It's very important for the future. For me, I think so. Thank you.
How old are the children that you work with? Because we primarily work in the children's art program with the younger children, and I think it's the older children, if we could just extend that on. Thank you.
Yeah, look, we try to work with the different age, because almost the children that can come here, because the father and mother bring him to here. But another part, the parents don't have the education for put the children in this kind of programs. And that is the reason that we try to go to the street, go to the barrios, looking for places for work there. And the niños know and go run to talk to the other children, and in 1 hour we have a 50 me children are running. Many crazy, but it's very good. And I was work also with the teenagers, especially with the teenagers that don't hear, don't speak. For me was difficult because I don't know talking, you know, but I tried. The art is very sublime, very soft, and they understand. And was I give the class especially for teenagers that have problems. But now we try to start again with more support to the another artists in the street, especially because we have center here in the cultural center and different. But we need to go to the street. That is one important reason.
Fortunately or unfortunately, many of us parents think that art is useless. They forget that art is the food of the soul, of the spirit. And art is full of feelings.
I hadn't planned on talking at all today, but one of the things that we've been doing while we've been here is taking pictures of Chapala, which is the community that she was speaking of. And we're going to be selling calendars to support exactly what you're talking about.
Perfect.
And so we hope by next week that we will have these available for people to buy. And we just appreciate any kind of support you can give us because they're doing amazing work. And these people are really learning skills and how to help themselves to become a sustainable community, which I think is really very, very special. So thank you. Well, we don't know where we're going to be selling them, but we just started this. I just took the pictures and we're just getting them published. Thank you.
There are so many pesos to go around. There are so many gringos to go around. We are limited. I would recommend you give serious thought. How can you bring that art up to the United States, to California, to Arizona, to the big cities, to the people who do have the money? Now, there are many Mexicans living in San Antonio, San Diego, and they have a lot of money. So if you could do some kind of event that would raise money for transportation so these artists could get there and also motivate the children to remember. The people we remember for 400, 500, 600 years are all artists. Shakespeare, Michelangelo, Rembrandt. We do not remember any violent people. So if you can instill in them the goodness, and the way to pull it out is through art.
Just one thing. Where are Carl and Joni Riveras? Would you stand for a moment? You're here somewhere. I saw you. I was going to mention that they may have something working about shipping things back and forth to the United States for art and crafts and things like that. So if you contact them, maybe they can build some connection with you.
I don't see any more hands. Am I wrong? There are more people who'd like to speak?
Ok, buenos días. Mi nombre es Rafael Escamilla. Estoy ayudando al grupo de cultura. Ajijic no solamente es un pueblo de fiestas, de carnaval. Queremos que Ajijic sea un pueblo cultural, 100% cultural.
We want that Ajijic not only a party town, a carnival town, but a cultural town too.
¿Por qué? Porque últimamente ha habido bastante fiesta. No nos importa a muchos la cultura, nos importa divertirnos.
Fortunately or unfortunately, there have been too many parties lately. And we want to have fun, but we want to have culture too.
Y dice, mientras permanezcamos borrachos, México y nuestro gobierno va a seguir mintiéndonos.
And someone said that if we remain drunk, Mexico and the government is going to be the same and manipulated.
Lo que yo quiero, junto con el grupo, que dejemos una cultura muy bien cimentada aquí en Ajijic, que sea el primer pueblo en todo el país con cultura, con artistas, con pintores, con maestros, con profesionistas, en todos los ramos. La señora acaba de decir que podamos jalar a muchas personas que pueden ayudar aquí a estudiantes, a niños que necesitan de eso.
We want Ajijic to have good foundations for culture and art. And like the lady said, we have to get with those people who can help to take the art out of the town. I hope this can be the first town in the country with the best foundations in culture.
Sí queremos hacer de este pueblo algo extraordinario, pero sí me gustaría que ustedes corran la voz con aquellas personas que ayudan a otras familias con becas, pero que en lugar de estar estudiando los niños, los papás están gastando su dinero en divertirse, en quizás hacer, no digo una casa, sino salir a otros lados, comprar un carro que no necesitan, comprar un celular que no necesitan, y todo ese dinero que era para la educación lo tiran a la basura. Y nosotros, muchas familias que tenemos también a nuestros hijos estudiando en Guadalajara, no hemos recibido el apoyo que verdaderamente necesitamos. Y así hay muchas familias. Y otras familias que les compran ropa y otras cosas, a la semana ya no la traen porque esa ropa la ensucian y no la lavan. Ese es el problema, que mientras haya gente que le dé, van a estar esperando, pero jamás van a dedicarlo para la educación. Queremos que verdaderamente lo hagan en la educación.
Wait a minute. Okay, more than helping with classes to a kid, but the parents are not giving attention to that kid. That's not good. Especially parents who are wasting the money on parties or getting a cellular that they don't need or getting a car that they don't need. Help more the parents that are helping their kids. Like he has children in Guadalajara, for example.
Pero lo más importante de nuestro grupo es apoyar la cultura y que Ajijic sea el mejor pueblo en toda la ribera y en todo el país. Ojalá que todos ustedes nos puedan ayudar. Con esto lo vemos todas las personas que ahorita están exhibiendo, son de aquí de México, y que hay bastante, ¿cómo se dice? Bueno, artistas que les gusta trabajar y que lo quieran hacer por su pueblo. Ojalá que puedan ayudarnos, y los invitamos también a un leve cóctel ahorita, terminando su reunión, aquí en la parte superior. Ojalá que los puedan invitar, y gracias.
He said, I hope you can support us and knowing our work, and we are going to have a little cocktail over there in the upper garden. And just to finish, I want to say something. In this Occidental society, it is crooked, and we think the time is money. Among the Mayans, they used to say that time is art. You have to do things well. So that's everything. Gracias. Thank you.
Would you like our poor people to find you back there, and if they have an interest in continuing a connection or to help, then they can sign a sheet or something?
Yes.
Excellent. So he says, yes, afterwards meet him in what's called the upper garden, and you can talk about ways to help. Thank you very much.
Okay. That's it.
Now, next week, we're going to have Arndt Thorkelson talk about a book called Collapse by Jared Diamond, who writes about how societies choose to fail or succeed. Arndt will discuss how the book is relevant to some of our ancient societies as well as our current societies. He says, yes, we can learn from the past, but the problems of today, pollution, global warming, and population, are things they didn't have 1,000 years ago. So we hope you'll come back next week. And the week after, we'll have Don Aitken give his annual energy update. And I hope you all will keep in mind the date of December 22nd, when we have our return visit from scholar Manuel Aguilar, who's going to talk about Frida Kahlo this year. So do save the date. And, well, now, that concludes today, but please dispose properly of your coffee cups and stack your chairs and turn on your cell phones.